forgotten. I'm honored to work at an organization whose entire mission is to ensure our veterans and their families are always remembered in such a way. I stand with you as we share our grief and sorrow, but I also stand with you today to rejoice and recognize the solemn pride of selfless service to one's country. We hold our heads a little higher today. We stand a little straighter today out of respect for the American servicemen and women. This year marks the 100th anniversary of the U.S. entering World War I. More than 4 million American families sent their sons and daughters to serve in uniform during the Great War. In only 5 months of fighting, at the end of the war, 116,516 U.S. service members gave their lives in combat, with another 200,000 wounded. The casualty rate far greater than in World War II. There are more than 6,300 World War I veterans interred here in Los Angeles National Cemetery. Now, one of the great things I get to do in my job is spend a lot of time in our national cemeteries. And as I was walking through one of my cemeteries several months ago, I noticed an annotation on a marker that said, "Served in the Spruce Division." Now, I'm an Army veteran of over 20 years, and I had never heard of a Spruce Division. So I went home and did some research. I'd like to share that with you today. The Spruce Production Division was part of the U.S. Army Signal Corps' aviation section. It was established in 1917 to produce high-quality Sitka spruce timber and other wood products needed to make aircraft for the United States effort in World War I. Sitka spruce was ideal for military aircraft because of its strength and resiliency. It didn't splinter when struck by bullets. The Pacific Northwest Division had 28,825 workers that produced nearly 150 million board feet of spruce in just 15 months. However, the Spruce Division was short-lived. The day after the armistice that ended World War I was signed, on November 11, 1918, all Spruce Division logging ended. Most construction projects were stopped, sawmill operations were curtailed, and the division personnel were quickly discharged from military service. And that's a little bit of history of our great nation that I wouldn't have learned about had I not explored a VA National Cemetery. And I echo what Tom suggested earlier. Take the time today as you walk around our National Cemetery and explore the history that's here. Last year, we launched the Veterans Legacy Program. A legacy is a VA effort to extend memorialization of veterans interred at our national cemeteries by discovering their stories of service and sacrifice and sharing them with the public. We don't have a Los Angeles National Cemetery included in this project yet, but we will in the very near future. So again, to echo what Tom said, talk to your loved ones, capture their stories, learn what the sacrifices that they made to our country so that we can record them for posterity, so that our children and our children's children know the full price of freedom. I want to thank you for attending today's memorial ceremony at the Los Angeles National Cemetery. And I've had the pleasure of coming here for about the last 5 years, and I do have to compliment Tom and his team. This is the best I've ever seen this cemetery look. So please join me in congratulating. But as we close later on today and you go about your day, remember what we can do and what we must do is remember our loved ones and their sacrifices. we must remember what they did, why they did it, and appreciate what it means to us, personally and as a nation, and to share it with our youth. The price of freedom is all around us today, and at ceremonies just like this one across the nation. Later, if you journey through the cemetery to visit a loved one, you will surely come across headstones of those that you do not know, and maybe even that of an unknown soldier. I thank you for visiting them as well as they rest peacefully with their brothers and sisters, for they had a story too of hope and ambition. And though their loved ones never knew of their fate, we are here, and we today are their family. Today is for all the men and women who have served faithfully and passed on. We remember. We also thank those who are serving now and for those who will serve in the future. We will remember. In closing, I remind each of you to join Americans everywhere for the Memorial Day National Moment of Remembrance, legislated by Congress and proclaimed by the President at 3 o'clock today, wherever you are. Join Americans in pausing for 1 minute in an act of unity and gratitude for those who have given their life in service to our nation. It is a moment to share and a moment to remember. Thank you for joining us here today.
Mr. Phillips, thank you, sir. That was absolutely touching. Freedom is not free. Freedom is not free. I'll say it again. Freedom is not free. Friends, I'm a country boy, and I bleed red, white, and blue. I'll tell anybody that. And let me throw a little country slang at you. If y'all love your country, if you appreciate and you're honored to be here, I want you to stand up for just a second and make a little noise. Come on up. Right? There you go. That's what I'm talking about. All right, y'all can be seated. You're going to make me run out to my big old Ford F-150 out yonder, open my doors and start blaring a little Toby Keith and some other stuff. I got you. Run the kids nuts. That's all right. With that being said, as we are honored to be here, please welcome Vietnam-era veteran David Curtis sharing his rendition of God Bless the USA.
If tomorrow all the things were gone, I'd worked for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my life. I thank my God in heaven to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. Well, I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the ones who died, who gave their life for me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. For there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston and New York to LA, where there's pride in every American heart. Well, it's time to stand and say, well, I'm proud
Mr. David Curtis. A round of applause for this young man. Outstanding job. Absolutely touching. Well, you can feel that, I'll tell you that.